everybody, welcome back to my shop. Today I've got a treat for you. We're going to be installing a one-way Wolverine sharpening jig. So this is everything that comes with the jig. You get two stands, one flat, one bar for your bigger chisels. This is the Wolverine. This is going to help you get that swept back grind on all of your bowl gouges. Highly recommend picking this up when you purchase this from Amazon. That's where I buy everything, is Amazon. I don't go to any big box store for my bigger purchases. Plus I get it in 2 days sometimes. I live in a big city, I get it same day, so I don't even have to leave the comfort of my home to purchase anything anymore. It's got two of these that are going to sit underneath my grinder. The grinder that I'm using is another grinder that I picked up on Amazon. It's a PowerTech. I think it was in the $100 range. It's a low-speed grinder, maximum speed 1,750 RPMs. It's got a 5/8 arbor, and it came with two 8-inch wheels. One for roughing things out, and then the other for honing the edges. So that is really cool, really good price. Another thing you're going to need to cut out, you can mount this directly to your bench, or you could mount it to a separate piece of wood like I've got here. This is some scrap that I had lying around. I cut it to just a little bigger than my jig. You're going to need a second piece of wood here. This is to bring the height of your grinder up to the grinder height suggested in the instructions. And I think this is going to come together pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and get this installed. We're going to go ahead, we're going to get the tool stands out of the way. We don't need these till we get to the end of the project. We're going to start with the base of our grinding jig. So we've got that. I've got this square cut out. I've got two pieces of wood mounted on each other. But per the instructions, what you want to go ahead and do is, when this is sitting either on your bench or a separate piece of wood, you need the total from the center of your grinding wheel to the base to be between 6.5 and 6 1/4 inches. Is actually just a little bigger than the base of my grinding jig. You can see that there. So that's going to sit underneath there. If your jig at home comes with a bottom, I suggest taking that off, taking the rubber feet off. It lets you mount this directly to the piece of wood. So we've got that. With the base plate, what I've done is I've gone ahead, struck a line here. That's where I want the back of my base to sit here on my piece of wood, just like that. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to screw this base onto the base of the whole grinding jig. So this way I'll be able to take the jig on and off my bench. So if I'm doing other projects, I have a clear workspace, and when I'm working on the lathe, I can bring my grinder up, I could do my honing, set it back under my bench, and continue my work. So that's just easier for the setup that I've got. If you've got a permanent bench at home, you can go ahead, mount this to that. If you've got extra space, I don't know, use the space. I don't have the space, so I'm doing it this way. So we're going to go ahead, get that lined up, and let me go ahead, get my screw gun, and get this screwed into the base. Alright, so we've got our base put together. That's what it looks like. You've got two pieces of wood. That's going to give us the clearance between the center of your wheel and the bottom of your base. Like I said, anywhere from 6.5 to 6 1/4 inches, you've got the correct clearance. From there, what we want to go ahead and do now is clamp this down to your bench so you don't lose it. just like so. Let me get one more clamper. Get the other side.
Whoa.
Just like that. And now what you want to go ahead and do is take your square, and the front of this wheel wants to be in line or parallel to the front of your base here. So the way I do that is I stick the square underneath my board, bring that over there, I'll bring this side over here, and you want to have your wheels directly parallel to your base, just like that. Some screws, and you're going to want to just screw your wheel into your base. Guys and gals at home, we're in the home stretch here. So what I've gone ahead and done, I brought you down to my level. I brought the whole base, proud of my bench. I clamped it down. I'm going to take my square again. I'm going to place it right underneath, and I'm going to line it up with that center line. Just like that. I'm going to take the entire jig like that. I'm going to line it up there.
Fix this for you.
I'm going to clamp everything back down like that. I'm going to keep it flush with the front. Everything is now parallel to itself. This top square here is dead center to my wheel. The wheel and my tool rest holder are now parallel to the front of my base. I'm going to clamp it down just like that, and I'm going to drive one screw home right in front. Cool. Alright, so now what you want to go ahead and do is take your square. You want to get your square in here. Hold that flush to the front. And bring everything square to the wheel. Very good. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll take our screw and we'll drive one home here in the back.
What are you doing?
Very good.
What are you doing, sister?
Alright, so then after you get that screwed in, you're going to go ahead, make sure everything is still square. We're going to install one more screw here in the middle, and we've got half the jig installed.
What are you doing, sister?
Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've done. We've got our whole grinding jig set up. We've got the tool rest holders where they're supposed to be. We've got everything in line and parallel with each other. We've got everything sitting where the instructions wanted it to sit. We've got the center point here lined up with the center of our wheel here. We've got the center of our wheel here, 6.5 inches from our base here on both sides. We've mirrored everything on this side. Let's see if our tool rest holders fit. There we go. We just had the pin kind of out of the way. That slides in and out just like that. and locks down. We've got this half over here. Cool. That slides in just like that. Everything's pretty handy. I'm glad I mounted it on a separate board, so that means when I'm done with it, I could take it up off my bench, stick it under my bench, and it's out of the way, and I get my workstation. I'm pretty happy with it. I know this isn't a sharpening video. I'm going to just sharpen one item. I have to. I just got my Wolverine one-way jig installed properly. So I've got a gouge here. This was a set I picked up, Savannah turning tools, off of Amazon. It was a set of, I think, 8 tools for just under $100. So if you're a beginner, I highly recommend it. HSS steel, a great set to learn on. That's what I've been learning on. So to find the bevel, I like using a permanent marker. I go ahead to find where the bevel is. Then we'll take our rest like this. For the instructions,
Maybe you can use another tool.
you want to go ahead, line up your bevel. So we've got our bevel matched to our tool. And this is so easy. Oh my God, it's like foolproof. Everybody needs to purchase this system. It is so easy. Let it come up to speed. You're going to take your tool. You're going to get contact here. And you're just going to roll it back and forth. And when you see... Cool. All the black is gone. And when you see sparks flying over the edge, that means you're sharp. Hey guys, so if you like this video, don't forget, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you.